Vaughn here. We got some tele-animated, And the video we are reacting to is the evolution of Godzilla. Besides, my time, him versus Kong, him versus what it believe, the three-headed, it was Ghidorah or something. And besides that one, besides the ones I was here to see. I don't know. I just remember the whole King Kong versus Godzilla conversation when the movie was finna come out. It was I was on Godzilla team, and I ain't gonna lie, Godzilla was really winning. The humans were helping Kong. Let's be real here. The man almost lost to an irrelevant monster in the movie. Come on, bro. The humans had to come in and save him from getting suffocated. I don't know. I feel y'all think they made Kong too weak in that movie? There's no way he almost lost to some extras. But with that being said, I love me some Godzilla. So this would be good to I want to know the evolution from the beginning to where he is now. So that's why we're here to watch it. So if you're new, comment, subscribe. If you're not new, you just keep coming back. Subscribe, bro. What are you doing? Shout out Tele-Animated though. He did comment on one of my videos. That's love. You didn't have to do that, bro. The people ask, they shall receive.
Since being awoken by atomic bombs, Godzilla has lit up the silver screen. But his looks seem to be ever-changing, starting with the original. Let's go through his theatrical looks and story. Animated. In his first ever appearance, Godzilla has small arms, thick legs, and...
Hold up.
Animated. In his first ever appearance, Godzilla...
1954. God damn.
has small arms.
This man been around for that long.
Thick legs, and dorsal plates down his spine. His pupils are tiny, and he has fangs and pointy ears. After attacking Japan, he gets disintegrated to bone. A new Godzilla, appears in Godzilla Raids Again.
So in the first movie, he got sent to the grave? Damn.
A new Godzilla, appears in Godzilla Raids Again. This monster is thinner, with longer arms, a smaller head, and larger pupils. When in close-ups, his teeth appear to be jutting out. Sadly, he's buried in ice. But in King Kong vs. Godzilla, he busts free. He's now in color, is more plump.
I didn't even know they did a movie like this in '62. Dang, I didn't even...
But in King Kong vs. Godzilla, he busts free.
Who won in this movie?
He's now in color, is more plump, toeless, and has a lizard-like head with yellow eyes, no ears, and no fangs. He faces off against a giant ape, tumbling into the ocean, only to be washed ashore in Mothra vs. Godzilla. Now he's...
So a draw? Why do they keep changing it though? Is there a reason for it to keep changing? I feel what? I don't know. Is it cause they find new ways to make him look cooler or better or something, or it's just that Godzilla died, we need a new one, but this is a new one, we can't make him look like the old one, so we gotta reform him somehow. I don't know, every time Godzilla goes away, he comes back different. Is there a reason? You can't keep saying Godzilla?
Only to be washed ashore in Mothra vs. Godzilla. Now he's slimmer, has a wider head, white eyes, and smooth, shiny brows. As his rampage continues, he gets covered in silk and again drops into...
Or maybe it's a technology thing. As technology goes on, they just find ways... I don't know.
To the sea. But in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster, he's back. Now with a slimmer face and longer tongue. From this film on in the original series, Godzilla now defends humanity from more evil monsters. In Invasion of Astro Monster, Godzilla is thinner, his dorsal plates have more definition, his claws are dull, and his head is rounder. He shows off his new dance moves before briefly being put under alien mind control. Ibara, Horror of the Deep, gives Godzilla less angry brows. He battles against a big lobster and narrowly escapes an exploding island. In the sequel, Godzilla's neck is elongated. He's pudgier, and his dorsal fins are flimsy looking. His nose is also stubbier, and his eyes are bugged out. Oh, and he's now raising a hideous son. In Destroy All Monsters, he's slimmer, while his face appears more like it did in Astro Monster. He's put under alien mind control again, but once free of their control, he turns on them. For the next 3 sequels, his look remains consistent. In the first, he helps his son face off against a bully. However, this all takes place inside the dreams of a young boy, so... Moving on. Next, in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, he opposes a pollution monster, and when curled up like a shrimp, he can now fly backwards. In Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla has gained the ability to speak, while his suit, skin, starts ripping during his triumphant battle. While his suit, skin.
I feel like that had to be the corny. Like, if Godzilla was talking versus King Kong versus... I feel like that would have been... Like, I felt what the... Godzilla talking in general was just a mistake. No, bro, no.
Starts ripping during his triumphant battle. He appears slimmer in Godzilla vs. Megalon, with a shorter neck, soft bright dorsal fins, and a round pig-nosed face. He boasts a long-distance dropkick, but this movie is mostly about a size-changing robot, so let's keep going. In the next two films, Godzilla has an angrier expression and more detailed muzzle. He uses a magnetic upgrade to protect an
They made so many goddamn movies about
ancient god from Mechagodzilla. And in the sequel, faces him once more. But this timeline's Godzilla is sent to retirement.
There's a bunch of
9
remakes.
years later, a reboot Godzilla appears. This one's taller, has larger dorsal fins, a fourth toe, and his fangs and ears make a return. Although his reign is short-lived as he trips into a volcano, only to explode out in the sequel. He has a smaller head, a more muscular build, larger outer fins, and a cat-like face with a secondary row of teeth. He takes on a giant plant monster, who gets turned into glitter. In Godzilla vs.
That atomic
King
breath,
Ghidorah, his original form,
so
the
fire.
Godzillasaurus, is taken out of the 1940s and exposed to modern-day radiation, turning him into a taller, muscular, and angrier-looking Godzilla. He fights Mecha King Ghidorah, and then gets dumped into the ocean. In Godzilla vs. Mothra, he's thinner, his dorsal plates are rearranged, and his neck is more ribbed. His head is flatter, and he has golden eyes. He battles against Mothra and Batra, and once again is plunged into the ocean and locked in by Mothra's magical powers. But somehow, in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, he's back. He has slimmed down shoulders and slimmer legs. He's also raising a blue...
There's like no main storyline with Godzilla. It's like, you know, he may have lost the fight, but he back for another movie with an entirely different plot.
Two-toned baby Godzilla. This time he's defeated when his butt brain is destroyed, but he's easily revitalized just moments later. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla features the bulkier original with less detailing in the neck and larger eyes, Godzilla Jr., who is taller and chubbier with a greener color scheme, and a large flying blue crystallized Space Godzilla, who gets obliterated. In this timeline's final film, Godzilla is glowing orange, and his son now looks more like a hunched version of his father. When the original Big G has a meltdown, his son absorbs the radiation and turns into the new Godzilla ready for action. But the series would be continually rebooted, dropping him altogether. The first American Godzilla appears as a large mutated iguana with blue dorsal spines and a hanging dewlap.
Man, this is by far the worst Godzilla. What the hell is this?
This Godzilla also has hundreds of tiny raptor-looking offspring, but this happy family is easily taken out by basic explosives. Back in Japan, in Godzilla 2000, he appears shorter, with green jagged skin, sharp purple spines, and a reptilian-looking face. While he's nearly swallowed whole, he's good to go for the next reboot, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, in which he's lighter, with a longer neck, and smaller mouth. He defeats a giant flying insect and is then sent into a black hole. In Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, Godzilla is formed by the ghosts of vengeful World War II victims. He has smooth charcoal-colored skin, white dorsal fins, and a hunched neck. His face is less lizard-like, with pure white eyes and no ears. But this Godzilla is mutilated by a drill missile, leaving only his beating heart behind. The following reboot, Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, re-adds the jagged design elements and introduces a more wolf-like face. In the climax, he's blasted by a beam, adding a visible scar to his chest for the sequel, Tokyo SOS.
I'm gonna ask it at the
covered
end.
in silk and again flown into the bottom of the sea. Godzilla Final Wars features
what's
a
this man
taller,
record?
smoother, and more slender Godzilla, with longer ears and red eyes. This Godzilla fights against a multitude of creatures, including an upright standing 98 Zilla. Then he and his hideous son head back to the ocean. In Shin Godzilla, he's first shown as a light-colored and armless creature, but quickly evolves, growing tiny arms and becoming more red with bloody accents. His massive main form is darker with a much longer
Okay, this is why you trust the process, people. Because I was like, I was ready to give up on the process. I'm glad it worked out because it looks a lot better. Cause what the hell was this, bro?
An armless creature, but quickly evolves, growing apart, and he has a variety of handy new skills. He can also apparently reproduce human hybrids from his tail tip, but he's given a freezing agent, ceasing his evolution. The anime trilogy depicts.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of messed with this one. I like this one. You know, I like how it turned out.
Reproduce human hybrids from his tail.
I don't know about that. That's kind of weird.
Tip, but he's given a freezing agent, ceasing his evolution. The anime trilogy depicts a muscular, rounded Godzilla with a tree bark-like texture. 19,000 years later, he sports beard-like spikes and grows to his largest on-screen size, easily allowing him to become the ruler of Earth. Meanwhile, back in 2014, a plump American Godzilla appears. This titan has jagged dorsal plates, wide elephant-like feet, and noticeable gills. He comes out of hiding to stop two hideous star-crossed lovers.
I remember this.
In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he's taller and beefier. His lower half looks less stubby, his tail tip is more blunt, and his dorsal fins are less sharp and artfully glowing. Later, he's given extra radiation, and after ashes rain down on him, he gets a fiery new look and power upgrade, helping him to retain his kingly crown. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing.
I learned a lot from his beginning years. I don't know what's up with all like the reboots. I don't know if that's just like, well, there's obviously no story with Godzilla. It's just, oh, he's somehow back with a new person to fight. Don't worry about the plot or the previous movie. Just focus on this one. But I will ask, which one you think actually did Godzilla best? Because honestly, what I think did Godzilla best, I don't know. It had to be one back in the day. I think the newer version is cool. I feel like one back in the
dorsal fins.
I honestly couldn't tell you which year was the best. I have to really go back and bro, regular show keep playing. It's pissing me off. But yeah, I would not know which one would look the best. He went through a lot of changes though. I did not know that. He went through a lot of movies. They won't let this man retire. God damn, let him hang it up. But alright, we learned about Godzilla's beginning years and we'll let him to now. Where will we go from here? Who knows? See you on the next one. Peace.